Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Deathguard cosplay. As you can see, I've been doing quite a lot of work on it. Um, it's so close to being done, printing wise. I still have to do a bunch of body work. You know, so yeah, Deathguard Plague Marine. Um, so far, we're measuring at 9.5 feet tall because of these stilts here. Uh, yeah, most of the time, right now, I am spending most of my time doing body work on the legs alone, just the shins. So you can see they're pretty big. You can walk on them, and they're held together by 2-part epoxy and JB Weld. And I'm going over it with body filler and, believe it or not, filling in holes in a Death Guard suit. Problem is that these pieces are pointed, and the rivets that hold them together are in 2 parts, and you have to line them up just right. And due to shrinkage and me building it over the summer, it kind of like warped it a little bit. So I'm having to go in, body fill it. And the problem is my sander just is not big enough. Or small enough to get into all those fine cracks. What I'm showing you right now are the hands. They go in. Your hand goes inside of it, obviously, and they're fully mechanical, so that you can bend and wiggle your fingers like that inside of it. The backpack is far the largest part and one of the lightest parts, but it still weighs a bit, but not as heavy as everything else. What's going on with my lighting? Um, so we're in front of the feet here. Those are the pink thing and the black thing right there. Those are the knee pads. And then these things here are the shins. Or, not shins, freaking hips. Those are hip armors. We're talking about using some not PLA, the flexible filament to make the sleeves and spots in between. But I've printed it, and it took a whole roll of TPU to make half of the arm piece, and it didn't work at all. I still have to print the other elbow. Actually, and yeah, both elbows. I still have to print a whole bunch of chainmail because I plan on using chainmail as gap filler, so you don't see inside there, or down there, or over here. But yeah, the pustules are 3D printed, painted with some Walmart spray paint, and clear coated in a 2-part resin that I bought from Walmart. Um, I finally was able to work on the back here. So this piece here comes out, and this piece here comes down, so you can get inside of it. You have some wing nuts in there, screw them on, and voila. The backpack goes there. It attaches through this hole. It has a locking pin, a very large locking pin that's located on the back of the backpack. You can see that. Yeah, there it is. So that locking pin fits into there. It makes the chest a little back heavy, but shouldn't be too bad once I get all the foam and the straps inside of it to counteract that weight. Yeah, and the left hand, yeah, it's pink as you can see. Um, I'm still printing pieces for it, and I'm still printing pieces for the plague thrower, the flamethrower that connects to this backpack here. The plague thrower is 6 feet long. It is big, so I am making it the lightest I possibly can. 1% infill, 2 layer walls. Everything you see here is 3 layer walls, and ranging from 5, 3 to 2% infill. So that's why stuff is so heavy. Because this is like these pustules were the very first things I ever printed on an FDM printer that wasn't in high school. So, and then the next came the shoulders, which I'm really happy with, except for this one where it started to separate. The separation annoyed me because I got so close, and then we had a heat wave, and my house doesn't have air conditioning in most rooms. It's a 100-plus-year-old house, and it started separating. So then I started taking not hot iron. Well, it's a hot iron, a soldering iron, and sewing them together. That's why it seams here. And you can't. I did a okay job with blending these. That's actually liquid nail. You can thin down with rubbing alcohol and kind of paint it on. What's underneath that yellow piece is a gauge that I've printed a clear glass piece for. Glass, it's clear resin, but it's been shattered and sanded and made super clear, but also like dingy. So it should fit that. The hands are prototyping. I use JB Weld as gap filler and glue. So you can see here, cables run through the fingers. The handle's adjustable, but I found that I'm going to need the maximum length for it. So I got to put a pair of gloves in there, connect them to the ropes and strings, and may have to double up on the rubber bands for the fingers to pop back into place. As you can tell, it's been coming along very well. I've been working on it since April. Yeah, April, May. In May, I just had this neck piece and like these two pieces. And every few months or a few weeks, I work on it. Just taking breaks, working on other projects so I don't get burned out. It's coming together fairly well. Problem is, this thing is so tall, I can't actually like put it together full height to actually get a good scale. Yay, lore accurate, you know. The feet, the left foot's heavier than the right foot because I made it more infill and didn't realize it until afterwards. But it actually came out to be a good thing because that infill helped with the distribution of the stilts whenever I screwed them through the foot and glued them down and bolted them in. With the right foot, I had to add metal plating to it and to evenly distribute that weight better. Just fine. The backpack's almost done, but there's some tubes on it. I don't want to glue in place until everything's finished. As of the hands and that. Paint scheme wise, I'm going to paint everything metallic first. Because paint everything black, sand it down, paint it black again, sand it down. You get that smooth. As smooth as you want, Deathguard at least. And you get black, and then you spray paint your metallics over that, and it makes it really pop. Do not spray metallics over white. It blends them in kind of funky. Yeah. So there's that. So I'm going to paint this whole thing black, spray it down with metallics, and then once done, I'm going to line it off with painter's tape or what's it called? Sticky tack. Yeah. You can use tack, putty, sticky putty stuff as paint paint guide, whatever, uh, for minis. So my plan is to kind of do that in these little details here to give it more of an effect once I go spray it over with this green, kind of like how I did here. But here I actually did it in a way that I put a piece here inside of it before I glued this in, and got some overspray purposefully on these higher raised pieces because this is bursting out. This piece is bursting out. So, what are the spray paints? Right. Spray paints are actually from Walmart, a color shot series. Red for the helmet piece. It's actually one that's just called Stiletto. It worked really well. Did a little white oil wash on top of little white touch spray with an oil wash that I made up from mineral spirits and oil-based yellow paint. The Deathguard green, extra guacamole, really, really close actually, like uncannily close, like perfect. This brighter green is just called with a twist, which is actually decent. Metallics. Rust-Oleum hammered copper. Worked really well. I believe I have a white spray paint. Here it is. It's also a color shot. Vintage lace. It's what color this pauldron is here. It's what color the helmet is there. The helmet has a wash I made of mineral spirits and brown oil-based paint. If I remember right, I used olive spray paint and actual sandable spray paint and GW official spray paint. I spray painted it black first, but those two actually reacted into this crackling color because I sprayed it so close together, and then I did a white over that, and all three of those reacted with each other, and it did that. A little happy accident. I used Milli Putty as gap filler in some places. The lenses are actually from Spirit Halloween, steampunk goggles, but I had to shave down and modify to fill in the gaps. Kind of this one eye has a little bit bigger of a gap around it, but lets air through so your lenses don't fog up. The strap for the goggles actually holds the helmet on right now. Works pretty well. Basically this is my update on the project. As we speak, I have a 12-hour print going for the flamethrower. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, support the channel if you can. If you want the files, they are on my Cults 3D. Just look up Joker's Red Ace on Cults 3D. Any support is appreciated, financially or just following the YouTube channel. If you all have any ideas, let me know. My 3D modeler, myself, and a few other people are interested in seeing if this can go further. I would love one day to actually get these to, Iron Man level suits. Everybody's putting in real electronics in the helmets, lights, and some people even going as far as putting in real hydraulics or pneumatic cylinders like the Hacksmith did back in the day. I would love if this gets to that level. But like I said, Joker's Red Ace on Cults 3D. I have a Patreon. I have a Buy Me a Coffee now. and I have this YouTube channel. If y'all want to share that, let me know. If y'all let me know ideas, if you're willing to help out in any way, um, or have any other crazy ideas, because after this, I really want to do another suit, but make this the opposite. Make it super clean, smooth, because this is not fun to sand. Like, I like welding and clean work. I like clean. I also love Deathguard because they're the exact opposite. So, if y'all have any ideas or willing to help out, support the channel, whatever, I would very much appreciate it. And let me know. You know, like, share, subscribe, and for the Emperor, you know, for the hobby, and I guess thank the grandfather. Goodbye.